Namaskar. I think I have rediscovered something the most important, something most beautiful. I am ready to formulate it, and I am ready to make a commitment in my life for that. I was, in a tour and we were meditating together. It was a very inspiring time. And then I was talking, inspiring other people, but actually I have inspired myself. And then I defined two principles that I want to follow and I want to share also with you. The first principle is to live to the maximum of my capacity. Whatever I have to just throw it there. The maximum sincerity, maximum capacity. And the second principle is to do Dharma Chakra, collective practice, collective meditation, and prosper in all spheres of life. So this life, the fullness of life, is the very gist, the very, very essence of Tantra. Tantra, spiritual practice, is the mother of meditation. Meditation is only a part of Tantra. And yoga and everything, and lifestyle, everything, it just all comes from Tantra. And what is the spirit of Tantra? Ta plus tra. Ta means ignorance, or staticity, dullness. The sleeping state. And tra, liberation. To be liberated from dullness, to be liberated from death, to be liberated from that kind of darkness and come into the light. That's what the spirit of Tantra is. People, they do different things. They, for example, extreme sports. They jump from the from the airplane, and then they do different things in the air. They dive, free diving. Can you imagine? I was just talking recently with some person who is practicing this sport. So he said that you have a weight in your hands, and with that weight you just fall into the abyss, into the water, just meters and meters and meters and meters. And it's like, he says, the records of diving, people are just like for 11 minutes without breath. Completely, they hold the breath, and you're just going there. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the state, how much you have to fight with your fear, and how extreme it is? And many different extreme, car racing, and different kinds of sports, mountain climbing. But why do people do all those things? Is it because they love mountains, or is it because they love sky? Maybe they do love sky, maybe they do love mountains, but not because of the mountains. It is because in the moment when the death is very near, you are forced to become alive. Either you awaken and be alive, or you die. So in that situation where you challenge yourself, and everybody of us, we want to live. This is the great desire in us. We don't realize actually. But when the death is near, at that moment, this desire to live is so strong that it awakens you. Yes, I want to live. I want to survive. And that state, like in Tantra, there is one practice, it's called Tandava dance. You hold a human skull or a snake in your left hand. Those are the symbols of death. And in the right hand, you hold the dagger, knife. And that is the symbol of struggle. So you bring understanding that death is very near. It's very near, it's just breathing into you. I'm here, I came for you. And then you say, no, you will come later. I have still in me the desire to live. I have still in me the desire to struggle. And I will overcome the death. I will come over death. And overcoming death is not only like a physical death, is overcoming that that kind of reluctance to live, that kind of you're just like in some kind of comfortable dark blanket, and to come out of that blanket, to enjoy the day, to enjoy the coolness, to enjoy the struggle, it's like, maybe 5 minutes more. So that coming alive is throwing out these blankets and then just stepping into your power. That is the life according to Tantra. So Tandava dance, maybe you have seen, if you have been to India, you have seen for sure, there is statues of Shiva, and he is dancing this dance of life and death, and then constantly overcoming that. And Shiva is like consciousness representation. This entire divine consciousness is dancing because it is out of his energy. Everything is living. Everything draws the impetus, draws the impulse from the divine energy created by consciousness. So that's the first dancer. And we are trying to awaken that dancer inside of us. The divine wants to come alive and dance. Enjoy. Feel joy of life. That's Tantra. That is the cult of life. There is no scope for stagnancy, no scope for staticity there. You have to throw all this, or you have to throw out all the dead things. Be alive. So that is the spirit of Tantra sadhana. I have a friend. He somehow really embodies that ideal of being alive, constantly happy, always laughing. And in meditation, 3 o'clock in the morning, he is there already sitting, and you can see he is enjoying meditation like anything. He's just like, and why not? Of course you have to enjoy meditation. And then he has 2 modes: meditating, working. Work like crazy until 12 o'clock in the night. Then wake up 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, then meditate like crazy. Then again work, and it's just like unbelievable man. Really unbelievable man. When I'm around him, I'm just like, I get infected with this flow of his. And it's very tiring, but very beautiful inside. You feel so alive, actually. So, like in everywhere, in your meditation, for example, I hope you're doing meditation. Because if you're not doing meditation, that is the greatest misfortune of life. Because you were born on this earth to realize yourself, to come alive, to feel, to touch the infinity, and to be one with infinity. So when you're doing meditation, did you even think, what is it? Like, think about it. You are human being. You're Homo sapiens. Tiny little brain. Tiny little cranium. And then you are sitting, and not from the beginning, but you are focusing your mind. You are disciplining your mind. Disciplining. And then you break through. And then you are there. Infinite bliss. Perfect wisdom. Perennial source of energy. Just think. I mean, it's not a small thing. Like my guru, he says, you have to always do service. It means you have to live in such a way that you leave behind you very bright trace. Your life has benefited innumerable beings. And then he says, he goes further, because how to live that kind of life, where to get inspiration for that? He said, you will draw the inspiration, you will draw the energy from infinite consciousness through cosmic ideation. It is always there, and through meditation you can always be like, just like you put your wires into the electric socket, and then your batteries are filling up. Do you think it is a small thing? So if it is not a small thing, then cherish meditation. You sit for meditation, it's like the greatest thing in your life. In many lives it is the greatest things. You're just sitting there, the most fortunate being on this earth. You're sitting and with your whole soul, all energy, with your entire mind, entire heart, you're doing sadhana, the process of completing yourself, process of awakening yourself. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya, aviravi mayadi. Lead us from falsehood to truth. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality, or effulgence be in us. That's the spirit. This shloka actually in the Matrix movie you can see in the last portion of Asatoma Sadgamaya. Yeah, you have to awaken. That awakening is the purpose of life. So you're sitting in meditation and you're absolutely loving it. You're doing it with your heart and with your mind. And when you turn on to the worldly activities, you also awake. It is important to have goals. You set the goal, you burn the bridges, there is a goal, there is a timeline, and there is no way to turn back. You must achieve this goal. And you will achieve this goal. With the entire strength of your heart, you will achieve it. It is the only question of being alive or not alive. I saw in the childhood one movie with Sylvester Stallone. And there is a plot of that movie. He is with his son traveling in some truck. He is a truck driver. And then he is doing arm wrestling. And then the son is also trying, but the son is kind of weak. And then the son is like, oh, father, I cannot do it. You know, he's stronger than me. And the father said, no, you will do it. If you do it with your entire strength. And I just, as a child, maybe 12 years old, I was so inspired. I felt like, yes, if I do it with my entire being, I can do it. And then really, if you try and if you, with your entire being, you focus there, and there is no way, like also, I love what my guru says. He says that to accept the defeat is to fall into the gloom. If there is no way to overcome the gloom, you have to sacrifice everything for the ideology. Ideology is this Atma Mokshartam, liberation of yourself, and serving the entire universe. So if you cannot come out of the gloom, what is this gloom? That gloom is the fear. That gloom is that reluctance, is that resistance, that it is the laziness, that is death. If there is no way, just throw everything. And then throw everything for one purpose. Go into that one purpose. That victory is more important than anything. Reach it. And then, when you force yourself into victory, then it is the moment when you awaken and you become alive. And then you will remember that moment. And then you will craft yourself into this winning psychology, into this psychology of success. I have put myself in many situations that I am completely vulnerable. Really, invulnerability is like, vulnerability is everything. When you make yourself vulnerable, that is the moment when you have to struggle. So vulnerability is great. For example, I make the step, I say, okay, we are going to build this center by such time. In 3 months we are going to build it. Nobody believes. And then I burn the bridges. I stake my reputation, stake my everything, whatever I have. We are going to do it. We are going to complete. Then we complete. And then in the process, there is such an atmosphere that I feel really the presence of God in the process. So I just wanted to share with you. I want to fulfill this ideal to live to the maximum of capacity. Just every moment to remember about that. What is my life? My life is to awaken. Not to drift, but to consciously move. Consolidate all your power in one present moment. And that present moment is more important than anything else. And then to love with your entire heart. Whatever you do, love it. I do meditation, I love it. It's just a great opportunity. And it's like the most important opportunity of my life. I'm doing it several times a day. But each meditation is the most important chance. It's like now, at this moment, there is no past, there is no future. This moment is there, and now I'm doing the most beautiful thing, which is there. And then also in your work, same. The work that I'm doing, I'm not doing like a slave. Oh, I need to earn money, and that's why I'm doing this work. No, that is the slavery. That is the slave psychology. I am absolutely loving what I am doing. And then what I am doing, it is the choice that I made. I made this choice. It's not that I am not the victim of the circumstances. I have made this choice. This is my choice. And I love this choice. And I will do it 100%. So, do you think you are going to be happy? Not only happy. You will feel the electricity. You will feel the flow of the cosmic vibrations are going through you. You will become the center of the curved space. all around you, the space will curve into a magic. This is what is going to happen. And other people will also feel the same. So write what you think about it. If you have experienced, if you have ever forced yourself in your life to become alive. Or do you want to come alive? And if you have not learned meditation, you have to start doing meditation now, today, this moment, this second. And love what you do. Even though if your mind is completely unfocused, if your mind is untrained, undisciplined, and it is very hard to do meditation. But love the very process of training your mind, the very process of disciplining the mind. Love it, and you will succeed. Namaskar. Dear friends, because of your donations and contributions and support, our project can grow. I am able to record the useful videos about spirituality, meditation, inspiration, etc. Those who want to support us, you can find the link in the description of this video. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you very much.